Hello and good morning. I'm filming another video. This is the second one since the whole COVID-19 thing has happened, and I'm looking at my Nighthaunt. If you see from my early videos, I bought a couple of the Mortal Realms magazines, and I just sort of, since I've had so much time on my hands recently, I've decided that I'd paint them up. I'm thinking I will just have them as a Warcry warband. I've done a little bit looking online, spoken to a few friends, a lot of my friends around my local area. Apparently it's actually quite a fun game, so they're playing that. So maybe once this is all over, I'll get hold of the cards and I'll start playing some Warcry. So this is just from the two magazines what I've been able to make. So we've got this chappy here. I'll bring him to the forefront. He is my Dread Warden. So he's going to be my leader. Like, as you can see, it's a really simple paint scheme I've come up with for these guys. It's just a black primer with then I've done a null, a Druchii Violet wash, then dry brush my Crag blue, Hoeth blue, and then Vallejo white. And then what I've done is the chains are Lead Belcher and the skull is Rakarth flesh, and that's washed with null oil. The blades again is Lead Belcher, but what I've done there is I've got a little bit of the foam from the old transport cases and just got a little bit of Rhinoxide, sort of dabbed that off on a bit of cardboard, a bit of paper, and then I've just sort of dabbed that against the blade to give this sort of rusted look. I don't know if you can see that there. But yeah, so what I've got is I think nine chain rasps and 4 of the Mirmorn Banshees. I hope that's how you pronounce it. I know there's other options, but that's what I've got with. At the moment, I'm not quite ready to plunge into actual Age of Sigmar. I'll see how it goes with Warcry. If I really get into that, I might just stick playing Warcry as another system I play. Maybe add a few different warbands, or maybe it'll be everything I need to take that final plunge and join Sigmar. But I'm thinking with Age of Sigmar, I will probably go for the Daughters of Cain, because I've just been looking online, looking at what sort of option there really drawing me in. I don't know, I really like the aesthetic. I think it's having like the Medusa-like creatures, and I don't know, Murder Elves just sounds really good fun. But then the Nighthaunt also look quite fun. They're really simple. I think my scheme's really simple, really. So who knows? Maybe I'll expand on that after all the more Realms magazines still out. I could always look at buying a couple of those. Yeah, but for now, I think I'm gonna just try and stick to my Imperial Guard army and try and get that off the ground finally. So let's have a closer look. So this is the Dread Warden. So he's the leader. As you can see, the staff, I've done it like the blades, so I've got those the rust effects. The chain, most chains I've not bothered doing the rust effects on, just because it's awkward to get to. I suppose I could cut that foam up and then get a bit closer, but I quite like it as it is. It looks a bit muted and, you know, faded. As you can see, the candles and the flame, I've just done the same as the robes, but I've put a bit more white in, just made them a bit paler, just trying to give it this really white fire. I don't know, I want to make these guys look like they're sort of ethereal, you know, they're not fully there, they're sort of rising out of the sand. That sand is just citadel sand that I've had for probably over a decade now, still lying around. I still use it for basing mostly, with a null oil wash just to make it look a bit darker. I had thought about leaving it as is, because I know the lore for Warcry is kind of that, you know, it's very deserty where they are, but I just thought it was too bright on its own, so like the null oil darkens down a little bit. Here we have the Mirmorn Banshees. The bodices are Phoenician purple, again washed with Druchii Violet, and then when I've done the Hoeth blue and the white dry brush, that's just gone over the top of that. So actually before I painted those, I did the Macrog blue. As you can see, the stone and most of the base details, I've done all the dry brushing over that, so I've painted like the Rakarth flesh for the wood and the skulls first. I've left the sort of like the stone, like the tombstones and stuff, just the same as the robes, because I want to make it look like that is actually part of the ghost, sort of like that's erupting out of the sand as they appear and they're coming and killing. Because I know obviously it's meant to look like they're in a graveyard, but I was like, well, you know, they're not always going to be fighting in a graveyard, but maybe actually, because they're ghosts, they just bring that image with them. That's perhaps part of their thing, you know. I really like that concept. So this is all 9 of my chain rasps. You know, they're just the core of the army, just basic troops. So I've got more, obviously, than I need points-wise, because I think it's limited to 1,000 points. But, you know, it's good. Like, I can have maybe chain rasp heavy warband if I want, or I can have a few more banshees, things like that. If I really get into it, I might add some other ins, because I think there's a tougher leader option and things like that. But that's going to be one of those things as I play through, see what I want to do. With the chain rasps, it's an easy build set, but you actually get one more front than you do back. This front is basically, I think the idea is that you can either build it as this guy or the Dread Warden. So I already built the Dread Warden, so I thought, oh well, I could use a bit of green stuff to just make a bit of robe for this guy at the back. So like I've done there. Still getting like used to playing with green stuff, but it's done something. It's made it look like, you know, it's a bit more filled out. And obviously he's not got an arm with a weapon. I could have, like, if anybody else wants to do this, you know, you can always just play around a bit. Maybe take one of the other arms off another chain rasp and customize a weapon or something. But to be honest, he's got a big lump of wood on his back, you know, the stock. So maybe he just dive bombs people with that. That's a very effective weapon in my mind.